Hey everyone, how y'all doing today? My name is Leah from the Wellness Garden Tool Shed, and I am going to do something a little bit differently today. What I'm going to do is, this is going to be a topic on how to handle any setbacks that you might be having today. If you're going through it right now and you're feeling a little uneasy, this is for you, and this is how we can navigate through this week with the 10 card reading for this October 27th. So I'm using the Fairy Tarot deck from Raleigh Valentine. So let us begin. The first card is a situation, right? Ace of Winters. This is literally what I was just talking about. Okay, this is how energy is. So it can't be just me that's going through something. Some people are out there. So this, when we have these setbacks or we have something that's like a roadblock that gets in the way, this card indicates that that's going on, but it also indicates that you need to keep going. So don't let those little roadblocks or those bumps in the road stop you. There might be another way to go about it. Okay, that is literally the card of success out of adversity. Okay, so I feel like there's a lot of this turmoil energy going on right now, and that we need a little guidance to help give us a little encouragement to keep going forward. So let's see what the energy has to offer that we can help go forward with this little bump in the road, because you have a really good idea, so don't give up. Family and friends, it's community, it's the group that's going to hold you together, but you've got to get the people who are a little bit more like-minded, okay? Because what happens is you can't always share your dreams with certain people. It's funny because a lot of people like to kind of hold you back, and this energy is in the block position. So sometimes the friends and family might not be on the same page, or maybe they don't fully understand, or they're coming from their own limiting beliefs, and this might be holding you back. But we want to surround ourselves with the positive energy of this card instead, and find the people that are really there to support you and help you and not try to discourage you. And trust me, the people that are trying to hold you back are not really trying to. They're doing it out of their own insecurity, their own fear, their own belief system, or what they only think is possible. So it's not necessarily to harm you per se. It's they probably aren't even aware of it. It's just sometimes, if you have a big idea and it's really good and it sounds outlandish to certain people, but not to you, those people put their own spin on it. So that's what kind of happens, because they're coming from their limiting beliefs. So don't let their limiting beliefs hold you back, okay? And it's hard when you don't feel like you have support from the people that you think you should get support. But there are people that will, so find those instead. So the root of this issue, the foundation, this card is the Two of Summer, okay? So the foundation is there is a relationship that is growing stronger, partnership, a friendship or something, and it might have gone through a little turmoil, and this is coming up with resolutions and solutions to fix the problem, because it's something you should not give up on, okay? So that's very fitting at this moment. So what did we learn from the past that can help us overcome these obstacles? Because I'm sure if you've lived on this planet long enough, even just for a little bit of time, you've had some blocks in the way that try to hold you back. So what did we learn from the past? We learned that sometimes we have this anxiety that we make mountains out of molehills, just to realize that it wasn't that big of a deal to begin with. So yes, we have stress that can keep you up at night. How did you handle that stress before? What did you do? Honestly, I think the best way, when you really have sleepless, anxious nights where you can't turn that brain off, go read something that's uplifting, that totally engrosses you, so you're not thinking about that thing that's causing you anxiety. And honestly, too, go exercise. Do some hardcore exercise, just because what do they say? If you maim the body, you train the brain, or something like that. I'm getting it all wrong, but whatever that is, this a lot of time is really a mountain out of a molehill, but sometimes we do have stress that will cause us to stay awake all night, and you could be tired because this is those sleepless nights. But what has helped me is basically to hardcore exercise and really try to get your mind and your body tired so that it follows suit. And you probably have done that in the past. It's probably worked. So whatever's worked for you in the past to control that, you're being called to use that for this situation as well. All right, so what's for the higher good? Two of Winter. Okay, so stalemate. All right, this is not seeing eye to eye with somebody. So there looks like whatever this new project is getting off the ground is having some issues in the community and not seeing eye to eye on certain things, but it doesn't mean that there's not going to be a resolution for this whole thing. Okay, so this is making decisions. When this Two of Winter comes up, it really is asking you to make a choice, because without making a choice and not making a decision on something is honestly letting other circumstances make the decision for you. This card wants you to make the decision, kind of see if you can come to this resolution, because that's what this is. It was, the overall energy was not seeing eye to eye. This is saying we need to come together. Okay, so it does, this is a perfect Mercury retrograde shadow period, whatever. I thought Mercury was retrograde a couple weeks ago, not gonna lie, but I was wrong because I'm not an astrologist. But anyway, these are conflicts that are coming up that are bumps in the road, but they're little. They're not major at this time. So, again, I think it's making the mountains out of molehills. And so once we realize that, we can kind of deal with this conflict going on. What is around the corner? Four of Autumn. This is balance. This is giving, receiving, kind of seeing things. It's about corporations, banks. But in this situation, being that it looks like this thing that's starting is really about really being aware of the balance, okay? So you don't want to totally compromise all your issues just to satisfy somebody else's need. There has to be a give and take kind of a thing, and that's what this card is saying, which it looks like there will be for that. And there could be some financial reward for that too. But also it can be an indication to not throw too much money at something, but not spending. It's a balance, right? Give too much, hold too much. It's a balance of giving and receiving. Usually this is a money card, but in this case it could be an energies card as well. So let's see what the other cards say. So your superpower in this situation to help overcome all of this, and a strength to help fix the problem and be part of the solution, is being logical. This is the Queen of Winters. This could be a single woman or an unmarried person, but whatever it is, they're very logical and wit. So being logical and kind of taking emotion out of it would be in your best interest. And then also too, this is kind of getting rid of the toxic energy that no longer serves you. If it's time to cut ties with someone, then so be it. That's part of maybe this, the Two of Winter and the Two of Summers is a resolution, but it's kind of getting rid of whatever that negative, the baggage that's in the situation that's kind of your roadblock at this moment. So it's kind of cleaning out your closet, okay? So what are the outside situations have on this whole situation going on? Ten of Winter. Okay, so this is the end of the drama. This is a recovery card. This is stick a fork in it. We're done. Curtain call. It's time to move on. We're ending the difficult situation. Okay, and then let's just see what the last two cards say, and then we'll really tie it in together. Six of Autumn. This is giving and receiving money again. This is a balance. This is being offered some good stuff. This is charity. This is unexpected goodness. Okay, so that's the hopes out of all of this. And then what's the outcome? Let's see what the outcome is for all of this. Renewal. Okay, this is the judgment card in the thing. Okay, so we've got a lot going on this week, and things have been off to a real rough start, okay? But this is not something that needs to be stopped. This is the beginning. And yes, you're going to have some conflict, some pushback, some stuff that's going to hold you back a little bit. And it could be friends or family that might be in the way, if I'm really honest, okay? So this could be the block, and letting that emotional tie get in the way of making decisions could be just that. But the foundation and the root of this is that there is a partnership that is kind of, it could be the relationship of this that is hindering the beginning of a block, unfortunately. And that is causing a conflict, okay? Maybe it's a conflict of interest, okay? It does look like that we've been in situations like this where things have stressed you out, maybe not exactly the same scenario, but something that has stressed you out. How do you calm that energy? Because not getting sleep isn't good. It's not healthy. We do have to feel our feelings, but you have to kind of, sometimes wear out the body to tame the brain. So I would suggest exercising, make sure you're eating right. Probably not a good time to escape your emotions with substances, because that just kind of enhances the negativity. But we want to get that anxiety to make sure we're actually addressing or, seeing things for what they really are. We could be making mountains out of molehills. So around the corner, there's going to be some kind of balance, some give and take, okay? Because it does look like this is a structure that it could be at your work or I don't know, some kind of corporation or something like that you might be starting or whatever. But this is where there has to be some compromise, some give and take. It can't be just one-sided, okay, if we want to fix this issue that's going on. Because what this is if we're having a setback, how do we deal with it, right? There's always some sort of resolution you can come up with that would be positive. But by not addressing the situation can cause even more conflict. So for the higher good, you're being forced to really address this situation. There will be a balance. So this is good. Again, something will come out of this. So when we have these terrible things that feel like mountains, that are just these trials that are just awful, and they keep you up at night, and there's situations that you just get thrown for a loop. We all have them. There's always a resolution. There truly is. And sometimes we got to take the emotion out of it, because we have the two emotional cards with the foundation and kind of the energy over all of this. Take the emotion out of it and really start getting rid of those things, whether it's emotions, whether it's feelings. Kind of really analyze it logically and go through like a little mental garage sale cleanup situation. Sometimes you have to clean up just your space. That's going to help you see things clearly and move this in the right direction, the direction you want to. And then, there will be some, somebody might leave you. That doesn't mean you have to give up. There's an ending to this drama one way, shape, or another. So that's good, but it might be some outside sources that is going to squash it for you, which that's nice. Maybe they'll show you some light or shed some light on what needs to end or whatever. But this is a recovery card. This is all the struggles will finally end. So that's always a bonus, even though that card could be like stick a fork in it, we're finally done. Because it kind of comes, this card does come with like, there's an ending of something that was truly exhausting and not a fun thing to go through. But it's ending, okay? Then we get our money, we get our happiness, we feel really good. That's the hopes and fears. That's what we're hoping when we get out of this, which I think you will. Because this, you're going to probably get this hope out of that. And then we get to do our little review, a little life review. The judgment in all of this, if you're feeling anything like you were victimized or you were being, held back by somebody, this is going to be in your favor, okay? So the renewal is like the judgment card. So basically you're going to do a life review. And again, superpower when you're doing your life review. Take the good, keep it, get rid of the bad that no longer serves you, and that life review is going to really help you propel the next step, okay? Because you're just about right there, ready to kind of fulfill this journey, because it's like the step before the end of the cycle. You're getting close. So this is what this life review is, so that you can actually benefit and learn for when the next card would be the world, right? And so that would be the completion, the cycle. You're not quite there yet, but you're so close. So a lot of times, many of us hate conflict. Who likes conflict? Like, said no one, right? But we have to deal with conflict. You can't ignore it. You can't not just deal with it, because then that holds you back from the success you truly deserve and desire. And if you're starting something new, don't let the little things, don't sweat the small stuff. And honestly, it kind of looks like it's small stuff, okay? It's like there's something too emotionally involved. We need to cut that out, okay? Because the conflict's real. It's there. But you have to address the conflict, because if you don't address it, that can cause anxiety, because you can start making up all this stuff in your head that might not even be true. Okay? So I would encourage you that, when we have a setback, to keep going, really look at the picture in real light, not just, at night stirring it and replaying it and replaying it and replaying it. We got to figure out more solution oriented instead of just replaying a situation over and over. Sometimes you have to do that in the beginning and it'll keep you up at night, but then we have to have some solution skills. Like, we really have to take action and do something. And you're being called upon to really get rid of the negativity in your life. Get rid of it. Cut it out, man. This is just like the Queen of Swords. She is no joke. She is serious about, hey, you're not helping me. You're holding me back. You're an anchor. You're dead weight. Bye. So, then it can end. Then we can get a resolution. We can finally say, finally we can move on to the next thing. And it will be mutually beneficial, okay? And it comes with making some dollars. So whatever this idea is, I know it has something to do with getting a project or a work venture off the ground or something. And then, I think it's all in your favor. The universe, the judgment will work out in your favor. This is a really positive card, and it can be the new thing is really coming about. So don't give up hope. This is how we get through, any of the dramas and the traumas we have in our life. And setbacks are here to teach us, okay? And roadblocks are here to teach us. We get to learn a lot about ourselves. And really, that is what the Wellness Garden Tool Shed is all about. It is trying to help us understand our psyche. We do it a little differently. I am not a professional psychologist, but I have real life experience, and I have used these cards to help me in a situation, because honestly, my energy's on this, for sure. And I know a couple of other people that I know who I'm close to can probably relate to this. But it's helpful to know that things are going to always end up okay. They always do. Always. And that's what you got to keep your eye on the prize. It's always the life experiences, good and bad, all help us evolve. Unfortunately, it's the setbacks and the trials that make us stronger, and we tend to learn better from them. I wish that weren't true, but it's like a nightmare. A nightmare will stick with you a lot longer than a happy dream, but it's only your subconscious mind really trying to get you to pay attention to something. Same with these setbacks in life. So if you like this kind of video, share it to somebody who might need it, because again, there's hope on the other side, always is. And it's a fresh new look, and this is how energy works. This is how I use energy. I do readings if you want to know where your energy's at, or if you have a real problem that you are thoroughly upset about and want to know if there's any hope. This stuff does actually work out. It really does. The cards tend to know more than I do. And so feel free to click the link in the make an appointment part of this video. And like and subscribe helps boost the channel. And you know, let me know if this resonates. Comment queen if it does. All right, bye.